What's up? We finally got everything together. Gonna load about 50 rounds here, show you how it's done. First, we're gonna be calibrating our powder loading machine. We're gonna calibrate it to 100 grams. So, first we'll calibrate what zero feels like, then we'll show it what 50 grams feels like, then we will calibrate what we're going to show it what 100 grams looks like. And we're looking for, it gives us a little beep on the stability right there. And we hit calibrate, and it's good to go. Let's see. Take that off. And now we can zero things out. Oh, it's already floating a little bit. Let it sit, and it's settled. Now we can zero it out. And write down what the base measurement it tells us it is. It tells us the pan is 125.9 grains. And if there's any float, watch that number and we'll be able to see if the zero is floating or not. And it's not going to be that big of a deal with the rounds that we're loading here today. They're not going to be full-on match grade rounds, but you want to just have good habits every time. Have the same habits every time you load. So now let's get some powder in. This is a form of Ramshot tack powder. Fill it. You want to fill it good ways of the way up, so that way it keeps the same internal pressure over the course of the loading. And as it gets lower, you want to put powder in, fill it up, and keep that same pressure. So that's our first step, is getting the powder measure set up. All right, back. Didn't want to just spend time fiddling on camera with my phone looking for a load. So my friend gave me a recipe, if you will, of a bullet and powder combination that worked well in his gun and has worked well with other people. Generally, you can do that with as long as your rifle has a good barrel. If a round shoots well in other people's quality barrels, it'll shoot well with yours. And so my friend gave me a recipe. It's 25.5 grains of tack at a cartridge overall length of 2.245 inches. So the next order of business is we're going to be setting our bullet seater. That's the next order of business. So I've already got mine. I already had mine set up for use with another type of bullet, but it's a micrometer seating die, bullet seating die by RCBS, and thread it in here. Thread it in here. It should be good to go. We've already got a shell holder in place. Okay, we're all set up as far as got the bullet seater set up here on the press. We'll need to calibrate how deep we want to set the bullet. We're going to use this pair of calipers with this flat attachment here that will work like so that we can put the case down on a flat surface and measure it evenly instead of having to balance it on the end of these sharp calipers here. So that's what we will be using to seat the bullet. That'll be the end of the process. But um, just want to show the process of how the powder itself, the powder itself dispenses. It's pretty interesting. So let me get a video here as well. So I take off the powder there. There's little specks of powder that can possibly throw off your measurements, but it's currently missing the powder pan, and when we put the powder pan on, it will read, hopefully, maybe, no, what? When it reads 0, there. When it reads 0, it'll start dispensing. It'll start dispensing, and it'll slowly trickle out the powder until it's satisfied, 25.5, and we're good to go. Then we would load the powder into here and put it back. It reads 0, and it dispenses again. And it'll do this until you run, until you're done. Until you're done loading. And so it'll keep trickling. It'll keep slowly knocking out. Now it's satisfied. And that's how the Chargemaster dispenses powder. Okay, so let's seat a bullet. One of the methods I like using is not one of the methods I like using. One of the methods I just read up about fail-safe, in terms of you don't want to skip loading a cartridge and seat a bullet inside of it. If you do that, it'll, when you go to shoot the gun, it'll hit the primer, and if the bullet's light enough, it'll pop out into the barrel. It'll have that's what's called a squib. It'll be in the barrel, and you won't know anything has really happened besides the gun didn't fire. So you rack the bolt, and you shoot another one, and now you've shot a bullet into the back of another bullet, and yeah, you're getting in hairy territory. Okay, so we've got 25.5 on the powder. We're gonna put a little funnel on. This takes a little. This little funnel isn't 100% on top of. You want to tap it. On top of it, you can get spillage if you're not careful, but that's why you take your time. So instead of loading all 50 rounds, which is what my normal process would be, I'm just going to do one at a time, get the powder, that way there's no mysteries. So let's see. So we're going to run this up here. All right, so we're gonna load. We have our powder in our cartridge there. We're gonna load for the first time this bullet in this seater, and it shouldn't go in very far. It should just barely be in. Let's zoom out. You saw the process, so I can show you. Let's see. So if you can see, doing my best. This is funky. If you see that line, those little grooves there, it's called the cannular. And normally when you seat a bullet, generally that's about where you're gonna seat where you're going to end the seating process. It'll be at the candelabra, because sometimes you want to crimp the case around it. You want to pinch it, basically. But that is how we load a bullet. And so now, be taking the calipers, they're zeroed out. We want to be at 2.245. Let's double check. 2.245. Magazine length for 223 is 2.260. 2.355. Okay, so we've got we're at 2.355, so we've got a lot of room to work with. Okay, so I've been fiddling with it. I've been lowering it slower and slower. We should be at 2.245 if I made the right 2.246. That will do it. And just to show you, it is not quite. Let's see if we can get that in focus. There we go. It is not quite. It's just short of seated at the candelabra, but it doesn't matter. We're not trying to crimp it. Okay. It tells us 25.5. I turned over one case. That's the goal for today, is to have no flaws, no nothing. Okay, so we've got our powder in there, and then instead of loading all 50 at once, I'm just gonna put powder in. So you drop it in the little window. I love this thing. Pop it all the way up. Let's measure 2.244. Perfect. All right, looks like we are good to go. And to start loading, 25.3. It's still doing its thing over here. It's interesting. Dumping the powder is the only thing. Is the complicated part. Before I would use this doohickey, and it would throw a approximate charge, and then you would use a little stuff there, and then you would use a little trickler like this to add powder. This machine is doing all of the work like that on its own. So again, take one, flip it, dump powder, make sure there's no spillage. Back on, that goes to 0. Cartridge in, pull it up, let the bullet fall, seat, and done. And ideally this is done, which it is. It is happy. It likes the bullet. It likes the powder. Nope. Oh, we had a little spillage here. Double check. Just do it one last time. Make sure there's absolutely no spillage, because I still had some powder left down there and wasn't quite sure if I'd gotten it all the way aligned. And that's one of the things that's going to be nice about using a progressive press, is not having to worry about little things like lining up your powder funnel. All right, and we're in business. Cartridge in, roll it up, good to go. All right. Something's beeping at me. It might be the end of the battery life. I think that's what's happening. Regardless, let's check the last measurement. Don't know if that's in focus. It's 2.247. It's beautiful. That's exactly what we want. It's within spec. So that's how you load bullets, bro.